Hello, beautiful soul, and welcome to Celestial Oracle Codes. I'm Samuel. Thank you for joining me in this collective reading. I hope you are all having a wonderful day. So, on the bottom of the deck, we're showing the Emperor, letting me know that some of you are not stepping into the authority over your life. You're not believing that you have the leadership and self authority over your life, or you're not feeling like you are in a situation where you can take full control over your life, or you just feel like your life is out of control and you need to organize your life, or you feel like that you need to set some clear boundaries so that you're more happy in your life. So one way or another, with the Emperor on the bottom of the deck, it shows that you're not fully accepting the full accountability and responsibility over the fact that you have the choices and the kind of divine right and duty, but the gift to make those choices that will hopefully elevate your life and send you or propel you on the path forward toward your desires and your overall purpose or the manifestations that you want to experience in this world. So one way or another, your light, with the Emperor coming out, your light is guiding others into their own breakthrough. Okay? So you might not see it, but one way or another, it's also affecting your home life, it seems, and that might be becoming more peaceful. So right now, not only are you, maybe some of you are admiring the work that you've done or something that you've put a lot of effort into that might be finally showing some results, right? So this is kind of like when the seed finally breaks the soil and you see those first leaves, those first little vines that kind of coil out. So this is you finally seeing the results from your labor in some type of way. Not, it doesn't have to be actually laborious work, right? It can be creative work or intuitive work, or it can even be the work on your relationship, right? This can also be the work in your life. This can be the work on your skills. This could be working on your car, honestly. But ultimately, this is you admiring the work that you did and seeing the benefits not only of the work that you did, but how much it's helping others. So this is also you improving the living situation of others or some kind of work or academic aspect of others' lives. So watching you has inspired others in some way with that. This is also a deep energy showing, where the energy starts. So you might be wondering if your work is paying off also. Now, with the Seven of Pentacles coming out and the Ten of Pentacles coming out next, not only does it mean that there's something that you're kind of admiring or something that you're wondering if it's paying off, something that you're building into or you're putting a lot of energy into that maybe you're not seeing the full results of yet. But the Ten of Pentacles comes out to let you know that not only is it something that's going to equal a different level of financial prosperity for you, right? It's a different level of finances, a different level of money, a different level of investments, I'm hearing, and a different level of you stepping into whatever that next level of income and really that tax bracket, right? This is a new tax bracket. This is new tax bracket energy. And so ultimately, it lets you know that not only is it a reset to the way that you approach finances and how finances show up for you, but it's also a call to approach your social setting. So this is a call to approach social activities. This says that you may be so focused on your singular work or your own ingenuitive process that you are discounting your network and the overall confirmation received, the overall opportunities that can come to you, the overall experience that you can have, and the overall elevation that you can experience from actually incorporating collaborations and joint ventures or just associations with colleagues and other people who are interested in the same thing as you, or confirmation received, or in the same line of work as you, or trying to build into whatever you're trying to build into in some other way. So this is also you finding, admiring your own work, noticing all of the skills, noticing all the talents, noticing all of the things that you bring to the table, right? But it is also you doing whatever you have to bring in the necessary collaborations and associations and partnerships and the things of that nature. Even this can even be the proper employees, right? Or the proper help, whatever that equals for you. But ultimately, what this equals is you are not being as social, right? And networky as you probably should in this kind of energy. This means that you should be putting a lot more energy into not only finding network circles or finding common minded other individuals, right? Other individuals who have the commonality or the common train of thought that you do and are trying to express themselves in the way that you are, or find the same kind of ambitious people who are trying to actually find the kind of success and are driven in the same direction as you are. But ultimately, what this equals is you fundamentally stepping into a more social and seen, okay, aspect of your life where now things are evolving. Whatever this is, the Seven of Pentacles, whatever you were working on, whatever skills you were building into, whatever new established innate traits and capabilities that you established for yourself, or any other kind of business venture, investment, or anything that you've invested energy into. Okay, so anything that you've invested energy into that revolves around your body, work, reality, your approach to your value, your income, your stability, your security, so your home, or your family. Okay, and it can be any of those aspects. But whatever aspects you built into, whatever your next step is for your goal, this is coming out to tell you that you need other people. You need to like invoke the spiritual law of relationships here, right? So that's when we call in the people who are our collaborators, our supporters, the people who will functionally be there for us when we need someone to give us advice, when we need a shoulder to lean on, or someone who actually has been through it, right? Or who is going through it and can maybe talk you off the limb when you're about to quit, or give you the kind of advice that you need to get you to the next step, or even show you the right app, or maybe even the right agency who will set you up with the right employees or the right associations, right? The right relationships in your life that can help you 10x this Seven of Pentacles into that 10 of Pentacles, right? And that's like legacy wealth. So that can be, you're in Bitcoin, or that can even be you're in social media and you've built into a lot of platforms, or you're building into platforms, and ultimately it's about to start returning continuity, right? So I'm hearing continuity, and what that means is that this is continuous income that is residual, right? So it might be income from multiple sources with all those pentacles, right? It might be income from multiple sources coming to you on a continuous basis in increasing quantities. So it sounds like that. And you need to actually be involved with the community, with your network, with the individuals who are like-minded and can give you the kind of support you need. Yeah, look at that. So if you do this, look, your wish will be fulfilled, and the universe is going to supply. And what else do we have? Well, act decisively is what that Knight comes out, but it may also be an Aries. Okay. So you may be an Aries, or you might have Aries as strong placement in your chart. So it could be an Aries moon, sun, ascendant, okay, or even a midheaven, all right, or a north node. So it could be, or a south node. It could be any of those. But ultimately, this shows that this could also be that type of person that comes into your life, that actually is the type of person that you're looking for. Because I'm going to tell you something about that Knight of Wands. When you're in this kind of energy, the Seven of Pentacles and the 10 of Pentacles energy, and you are admiring your work, and you know that you are worthy and you're valuable, right? You know that you're worth a lot of money in some capacity. You might not be worth all the money right now. You might not even have all the skills right now, right? This is still, I'm building into this. But at the end of the day, this still culminates in the Ten of Pentacles. And it is accompanied by all of these cards that show decisive action, taking inspired action towards your goals, not overthinking, not overguessing, not second guessing yourself when you make a decision, trusting in the universe to supply, trusting in the universe to balance the scales, knowing that whatever this is, it is protected, and ultimately you will be emotionally fulfilled, so your wish will be fulfilled, whatever that is. Now you get to decide what is the emotionally fulfilling, financially stable and secure, also continuous and escalating or elevating amount of wealth that equals for you, that makes you feel like the universe has supplied for you after you took some decisive action that ultimately led you further and quicker, okay, to your goals, and ultimately was your wish fulfillment. So these are beautiful cards to come out to start a reading. I'm just gonna let you know right now. For it to come out, oh hey, I had this thing and I was wondering if my work was actually paying off and everything that I was putting all this effort into was actually gonna amount to anything. And yeah, it was actually amounting to a reset in the way that I even look at finances, because now I'm dealing with more zeros than I ever dealt with in my life kind of energy. And ultimately, it came in, right, swooped in to let you know that yes, you're not dreaming. It will be your wish fulfillment ultimately, because either you took decisive action, right? You came up with a maybe a methodical plan, and maybe it was strategic, but at the end of the day, it did not take you a long time, and you definitely didn't second guess it once you had the plan, right? So this is, I took decisive action, maybe even a leap of faith, but ultimately I took quick, decisive action towards my goals, right? And ultimately manifested my desires, which led to the universe supplying my wish that I deeply desired, and ultimately led to this new financial standing, this new understanding of finances, and this new financial experience in my reality, right? And so that is a beautiful way to start this message. Let's go ahead and clarify some of these, because we want to see what some of this is. All right, so clarify the, I was gonna say the Seven of Pentacles for me. All right, so the Page of Swords comes out to clarify the Seven of Pentacles. So there's something that it's left you feeling more curious, right? It's something that you almost had to come into, and it's one of those things where it's almost like you have to forget everything you already knew. And it's also one of the things where you have to be completely kind of curious and just open. So this is more like eager learning energy. And it's also cutting through the BS, right? So you only want the truth. You're only studying what exactly you know. You're researching things to make sure that you're not hooking up with the wrong people here. You're doing everything that you can to make sure that this grows into something that you can A, be proud of, B, be reliable, right? Something you can rely on, something that can sustain you, something that's secure, something with a strong foundation, and something that grows into something more, right? But you, with the Seven of Pentacles coming out, didn't really know. You didn't really know exactly how much it was going to grow. You knew it was going to grow into something, right? It's like the garden that you put your work into, but you didn't ever know how bushy or abundant the garden's actually going to be, right? And so this is almost like you're admiring the growth in the garden, but you're still wondering, am I ever going to have that kind of growth that I truly, truly want in whatever this is? And ultimately, you're learning all of these new skills, you're doing things in logical ways, you're taking strategic action toward building into new skills, learning new things, finding new ways of doing things, and really handling problems in a way that's approaching them to try and turn your weaknesses into strengths. So this is a very, very powerful position to have in this kind of venture or ambitious attitude or success that you really want in your life, because you're approaching any problems that are coming your way or anything that's kind of sideswiping you or getting in the way, right, as just another obstacle that makes you stronger and ultimately is leading you to what this is. You just aren't fully believing it. It's almost like, well, I've never had that before, or this has not been my experience before, or I never had that much money, or you know what I mean? I don't know anybody with that much money. And so it's almost like it's inconceivable for you, and which is why you're really putting a lot of energy into it with this Page of Swords coming out and the Seven of Pentacles, you know, to show all of the thought that you put into it, all of the effort that you put into just communicating in the right way, doing things logically, making sure that you're strategic in all of your planning, and really taking the time and giving it the patience to watch that grow into this Ten of Pentacles. So let's go ahead and clarify the Ten of Pentacles. Well, let's go ahead and clarify the Ten of Pentacles, and we'll see what that's growing from into. We'll just see what wants to come out. Woo! Out for that. All right, so that's what it's growing into. So the King of Pentacles comes out to clarify the Ten of Pentacles. So that lets you know that not only is it Page of Swords energy, so it's exactly like I said, it's that Page of Swords energy where you're really learning everything, you're trying to absorb all the knowledge, you're doing things in strategic ways, you're communicating in new and ingenuitive ways, right? And really trying to incorporate the things that you're learning into whatever this is that you're growing abundantly. And so this is your proof, all right? So this is your confirmation that this Page of Swords energy that you're feeling right now, where maybe you feel a little green behind the ears and you feel like everybody is somebody else that you need to learn from, it's that kind of energy. But it's also the type where you can actually see the things that you're learning are actually improving whatever you're doing, or they are applicable to occurrences and situations and experiences in your life. And so what this is doing is it's molding you into this King of Pentacles energy who can hold, right, has the energetic containers that can actually hold all of that wealth, that can hold that legacy, that knows all of this information, communicative skills, and all of the problem solving, right? And all of the strategy that Page of Swords truly learned in that business building venture, whatever it was. Or it doesn't have to be a business, right? It can be a creative venture. It can be an intuitive venture. This can even be a relationship where you're learning how to control your emotions better, or maybe you're learning how to address your partner better, or you're just learning how to show up for yourself and others better, or whatever. It can be that. It can be personal development, but at the end of the day, you're building into something and it's changing your life, okay? So let's say it that way. You're building into something that's changing your life and you're learning new things that is helping you do it faster, all right? And ultimately, what it's doing is it's leading to this new expression in your material world. So what that means is, okay, so let's say that you're building into your body, right? Let's say you're a bodybuilder and you're learning new techniques, and this is you actually admiring your body and the way that you've actually built into the fitness. That can be that same exact scenario with that Page of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. But at the end of the day, right, this shows that you'll come to the fruition and you'll start to see your material world, or maybe that Ten of Pentacles is you see in your body as a 10 now, right? Maybe you were a 7 to yourself before, and now you feel like you're a 10 because you're in that King of Pentacles energy, because you know you're valuable, you know you're worthy, and you know you're abundant, because King of Pentacles energy is also, I have the best body energy. Like, I don't know, like that kind of energy, just because it's connected to those pentacles. It's that earthy energy where you know you are just, you know, there's nothing you could tell the King of Pentacles to let them know that they're not worthy, that they're not good enough, that they aren't like the ish in the room. You know what I mean? Like, they're like, obviously I bought it, obviously I got it, and obviously I already have it, is that kind of King of Pentacles energy. And so that's what you're moving out of, right? You're moving out of this Seven of Pentacles energy, where I'm wondering if I got it, where I'm wondering what it is, where I'm wondering what it's going to be, where I'm wondering what it's going to grow into, and I'm learning how to make it do that. But ultimately into this King of Pentacles energy, where I know how to grow things, I know I'm abundant, I know things are already mine, I know that things are exceeding my expectations, I know that it's an abundant universe, life is abundant, and I am safe, and ultimately things are unfolding for me, right? Better and better. And I am gaining wealth in increasing quantities from multiple sources. All right. So that is this kind of energy that King of Pentacles, right? Clarifying. What a clarifier for you to go from King of Swords and in the Seven of Pentacles energy, or not King of Swords, Page of Swords in the Seven of Pentacles energy to the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles energy. I can't express enough for that next card, right, that we'll be clarifying to be this wish card. Let's see what that is. Wow. Oh, 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 the wish card shows us that it's something that maybe you didn't know, right? Or you didn't trust, or it might be something that you feel in your intuition. Okay, so this might be something that you've been denying for some time. And that's that kind of energy when the moon comes out to clarify the wish card. It lets us know that it's something that either A, you've kept secret, right? So it might be a talent that you have that you don't want the world to know, or that it makes you feel uncomfortable because it makes you feel like alienated or out of place, or, you know what I mean, on the spot. A lot of people don't like the spotlight like that, especially if they're introverted. And so at the end of the day, you might have some secret talent or some secret ability, right, that you don't really want the world to know, but ultimately it's what's going to lead you to this crazy abundance. Maybe you're working on it. Maybe that's what you're building into. It's this special talent, and you're learning this kind of new skill or whatever, and eventually you're going to become this master of it, right? Because that's the other thing that the King of Pentacles represents. He represents a master of creation, a master of reality. Right? A master of the body, a master of the work, a master of reality, a master of the material world, a master of his finances. He's a master of all these things. And so a master of abundance, a master of worthiness, right? And so at the end of the day, it could be that you finally step into the fact that, hey, this gift is actually worth my while. And now I'm not looking at how it's going to grow or if it's going to be something for me. I know it's worth everything, and I'm not learning these things anymore. Now I'm embodying all these things, right? And the world is showing up as the way I'm embodying, where that 7 becomes the 10 real easy. And now the universe is supplying with the 6, and I'm moving decisively toward my goals, ambitions, my manifestations, my desires, and my purpose with ease, flow, and grace, okay? Because I've released the need to deny my wishes. I've released the need to deny my emotional fulfillment. I released the need to deny the completion in me being happy, right? Because that's what this is too. I released the denial of the choice, right? Because this is also choice energy. When the wish card comes out to be, or when the moon card comes out to clarify the wish card. That's a choice, right? It's a choice that can lead to your wish fulfillment. So this coming out with the Knight of Wands lets me know that not only is it a choice that you need to make, that will ultimately lead to your wish fulfillment if you choose wisely, decisively, and in a way that is geared toward, right, the best that life can get for you. So what that means is you are consciously choosing a choice, right? You're consciously making the choice in any given situation to choose the thing that equals the best outcome for you. So you're literally, so this is where the strategy comes in, right, of that page, and ultimately the quick decisive action comes in of that night, because together they make the quick decisive action that is logical and communicative, but also nullifies and neutralizes problems while stepping into strategic procedures that lead them to their desires and goals. Okay, so that's what you're being called to do with these cards. So let's go ahead and clarify. Woo! So it's something that may be unbeknownst to you. Oh my gosh. Look at our clarifier cards. All right, so clarified by the moon, and then the 6 of Pentacles comes out, or the 10 of Cups comes out to clarify the 6 of Pentacles. So I don't think that we really have a whole lot more to say here with the 10 and the 9 coming out with the other 10. I can't. I can't. And you're sitting in the King of Pentacles energy while the universe is giving you whatever you need. All secrets are being revealed as soon as you stop acting like you don't know exactly what to do, because the choice is yours. I love it. Act decisively because you already know that it's worth more than your weight in gold. And you've learned enough. So you're already ready to embody this king. That's the secret message here. Move decisively, right? now they're saying that you're in this energy. You think that you're in this energy of the Pentacles and the Sword, but ultimately you're in the energy of the Knight and the King. And so you're doing, you know that you're valuable, right? And you know that you're worthy, and you know that all the things, you know that this is supposed to be yours. You know this is supposed to be your Nine of Pentacles or your Nine of Cups for the wish fulfillment, plus the Ten of Cups for the wish fulfillment, plus the Ten of Pentacles for the financial fulfillment. like this is, you've got more than enough to give to everybody. And so let me tell you something when this comes up, because this is some powerful cards right here. This is powerful cards of prosperity and abundance right here. And so for us to see the growth arc, right? Because that's a growth arc. I can't even believe how that came out. For it to be the Page of Swords clarifying the Seven of Pentacles, that's a growth arc. For it to be you turning into, right, the King, that, all that, the Page of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles turns into the King of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles, like, come on. That's legacy wealth by itself. Then we have, oh, well, just in case you were feeling like it wasn't you, or we weren't talking about what we were talking about here, well, there's the Wish card letting us know that you're not in the dark about this, with the Moon coming out to clarify. And ultimately, the Six of Pentacles coming out, right, to let us know that it is the universe turning the tables for you, balancing the scales for you, supplying for you, right? If you look in on this card, you can see that there's a scale that he's balancing by the one guy, and then he's pouring, or you know what I mean, he's allocating whatever coins with the other hand to the other guy. So let me tell you something. When this Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups, and the King of Pentacles plus the Wish card come out, well, there's a deeper message that comes out with this. This means that you're not one of these beggars, okay? You're not one of the ones who are getting the scales balanced for them. You're one of the scale balancers. That's what that means. This is scale balancer energy. So let me tell you what that means. It means that this Six of Pentacles is not just the universe is going to supply for you. Well, these cards already let us know the universe is going to supply for you. You're going to supply for others is what that Six of Pentacles means. And what it means is to remember to be fair when you are supplying for others, okay? Because that's an important role that you have in someone's life at that point, when they're relying on you to be fair and to provide sustenance, or to make sure that they're treated fairly in the allocation of whatever sustenance and value that they're being dispersed, okay? So it's a really important fact of the matter that this equals you already becoming or already knowing. So you might already be wealthy or feel like you're, you know, well off, and you're just trying to build into an investment, because this isn't my investment, took the hell off, and I don't ever have to work again energy. And ultimately, or you know what I mean, I have 10 nonprofits and we all taxes escort at the end of the year energy. So whatever, but it's some kind of energy here where you're being called to act decisively, right? Knight of Wands and Knight of Swords comes out to clarify. With these coming out after these clarified, with this being the outcome, and ultimately this all being the outcome of this, all of that, like the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, the Six of Pentacles, that's one hell of an outcome, let me tell you. So how do we get there? Well, we act, right? We embody basically this Knight of Swords, right? We act logically, we act strategically, we make a logical plan, okay? We approach problems in a strategic way. So we try to come down on the problem. We don't try to headbutt the problem from the same level. And also in that form, right, we are making sure that we're communicating in a very decisive way, so much so that our words are so precise, we won't talk to someone who does not have the authority to give us what we want. That's that kind of energy. That's Knight of Swords energy. And what you're being asked to do is think and act like that while you move like this Knight of Wands energy, right? While you move decisively without apology, okay? Towards your goal, and make sure that you don't second guess the decisions that you make on your way there, because that is going to put you in this King of Pentacles where you have the authority over your reality, and you know you're valuable, you know you're abundant, you know that you can do this. You don't have to be looking at things growing because you're already making them grow into your reality. Ultimately, it's bringing in your wish fulfillment, and the universe is supplying everything you need with the Six of Pentacles. I'm telling you, a beautiful, beautiful reading. I'm not even gonna try to make that reading any better than that, because it totally took off and did its own thing. I can't even believe it. I feel like this has already been a 30-minute reading, so I'm gonna let you guys get out of here. For whoever this reading is for, just know the universe is supplying. Things are working out in your favor, even if you can't see it now. Your purpose is coming into full alignment. Trust me, a door connected to your destiny is opening one way or another. A project that was delayed may be gaining some momentum right now, or your creative ideas are becoming real world results. But one way or another, you can see, right? You build into the skills, you built into the experience, you built into the decisive action, you built into the strategic plan, you built into these choices that you got. And ultimately, they are leading to your wish fulfillment, your happily ever after, or at least an emotional reset that is a deeper emotional fulfillment than you ever knew. This financial reset is a deeper financial material worth and wealth that you never knew. And ultimately, it leaves you feeling more valuable and abundant, and just more in control of your life, in your reality, and in control of your world. And you will feel like the universe supplies for you. You will finally feel like life is showing up for you. You will finally feel, right, like life is happening for you and not to you. Like everything's not an uphill battle anymore. Like now you can actually trust the people who are coming around the corner and who are coming in your door. And that's a beautiful place to be in this Nine of Cups, Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles energy. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful, beautiful reading. I send you so many blessings, so much love. It's not like you need them, because here they come, and I can't believe it. What a great reading. So if this is your reading and you find yourself in the end of this reading, all of these positive messages are for you. Remember to stay aligned. That helps them to come true faster. If you're not aligned, well, it's going to take some time, because you will be aligning. So you will become aligned. But at the end of the day, if you are in the end of this reading, this message is for you. One way or another, you will see these things transpire in your life. However that comes through in the collective, right? Maybe it's your body. Maybe it's your financial status. Maybe it's your work. Maybe it's your family, okay? Maybe it's just your house. But one way or another, something that you put a lot of energy into, something that you learn to do as well, or do better, is you are going to become a master of. This is that energy where you become the master, and it pays off immensely, okay? So, wishes, wishes, wishes. 9 and 10 of Cups say, there is absolutely no way that this is not going to end with you feeling like you got your wish granted, okay? And the universe is going to supply. You're going to realize that harmonious way that your finances, your material world, the world is showing up for you, that people are just being more kind, the delays seem like they're loosening, all the things seem like they're finally going through, because your purpose is no longer hiding, and neither are you. So remember what I said about this. One of the most important things in this reading was for you to start showing up for networking, showing up socially, making the effort, okay? More of an effort to be in that business world, the networking world, whatever the world is, whatever that social community is that would equal the next level, the next step of whatever this is for you. So if you were in that reading, if you're in this reading, at the end of this reading, this entire reading is for you. But at the end of the day, that advice is very critical too. So I love you all unconditionally. If you're not a subscriber, do please consider subscribing. Other than that, I send you all my love, my light, and my blessings, and I will see you all in my next reading.